Hi, I'm Mikhail Sorokin, and this is MobyApp. It is my final project for CSCI E34. It is inspired by Moby Dick and the thrill of exploring the ocean and spotting whales. I started this project by identifying personas and goals. Lauren wants the quick, clear information about individual whales, while Jake wants an easy view of recent local sightings. And both of them wanted the app that felt intuitive, not overwhelming, and could convey key details immediately. Yuri was my tester. I started with two separate prototypes. One was more text and info heavy, the other one was visual first. After testing with Yuri, I merged the best aspects of both into a single streamlined app. Yuri's feedback in particular helped me decide which elements were most effective and what needed simplification. For example, he noted that layered pop-ups for whale info made scanning easier compared to long text pages. Before I show you the prototype, I just want to mention that my goal was to create a stunning 3D experience that would engage users like Lauren and Jake and Yuri and keep them immersed while waiting to watch the actual whales. Right now, we're looking at the homepage of the app. As you can see, it is very visually appealing with ocean-like colors. We're going to look at five elements which correlate to one of the five user stories that were asked us to develop. And we're going to start with individual whale info. If we click on the top left corner, we're going to see the tiles of the animals that are in the vicinity of the boat at the moment. We're going to try Nori, the orca. You can see that there is a profile information as well as her picture. You can read about the identification, clues, behavior, and some of the basic information. You can also click on the plus sign and see the enlarged picture of her. You can also use the visual clues to see that Learn More button is available as it glows when you hover over it. If you click on Learn More, you can read more about her and scroll through it. You can click on Gallery and look at some of her pictures. You can listen to her voice and you can locate her on the map, which is interactive. You can move it and you can get some of the information about her last known location. Once we click out of it, we're going to move on to the second story, which is identifying various marine species, which we click on this button right here, and we get similar tiles with different species available. We're going to use great white. It's a similar profile that we've seen before with Nori, but it's tailored more to species itself. So you're going to get similar information. You can click again to see the larger picture. You can click on Learn More and scroll through some of the facts and information about the great white. Click on the gallery and look at some of the pictures available. You can also compare two species together. For example, if you click on Compare, you can select up to two species, for example, great white and orca, and click on Select, and you can very visually and quickly compare the two. Hopefully it's going to be useful for the users as well. All right, moving on to the third story, and this is hearing the whale sounds. If we click on this right here, we're going to see the same style tiles, but with different species of whales. And if you click on, for example, humpback whale, you're going to see some of the recordings that you can play. And then if you're more interested in what each sound represents, you can click on more details and it will tell you specifically what the sound is and when it was recorded. And we can do the same for orca. Similar style. That's it about the whale sounds. We can then move on to conservation spotlights. We have the similar tiles. If we click on orca, for example, it's going to give us some of the information why conservation of orcas matters, the main threats, how to help. It will list organizations that are available for you to explore. If you click on Orca Rescue Network, you will be able to read its mission, what they do, how to contribute. You can also see their website and email address, and you can click on Donate or Volunteer. And if you decide to donate, you can select the amount. You can select the frequency, your contact information, as well as your payment information. If you click submit, you're gonna get a very nice thank you note from all of the orcas. Now we can click out of it, and we are at the last user story, which is sightings map. And it's strategically placed in the middle of the screen because visitors would probably most likely be interested in seeing what animals are in the vicinity. And if you click on it, it's a familiar map that we saw before, but it has more sightings rather than just Nori. It has all of the recent sightings around your current location. If you can see this blue sign right here is where you are, and you can click on these sightings to get the information of when it happened and where it is and some of the other information. If you went too far, you can always click on this icon right here and it will get you back to where you were. You can click on report sighting on the bottom here, fill out the form, click submit, and it will appear on the map for others to see as well. That's it for the map. As you can see, it's very high level in terms of it's not a textbook informational resource, but it helps you identify some of the species as well as give you basic information that will help you on the trip. It will keep you engaged while you're waiting to see the actual whales. For me, especially, this project pushed me to think about design from the user's perspective. Every choice from overlaying interactions to glowing text and layered components was made with Lauren, Yuri, and Jake in mind. I carefully considered the feedback from testing and combined it with my own observations. The final prototype is visual, intuitive, and engaging, with enough depth for curious users like Jake and clarity for users like Lauren. The next steps include expanding whale profiles, adding more interactive sounds, etc. Overall, I'm proud of how the app communicates information visually without keeping users overwhelmed. Thank you a lot for watching.